boses yung ibang seals eh.
Alright, now for those of you paying attention, you might have noticed that we've slowed the boat down a little bit. So we're coming up to the live bait receivers here in San Diego. These are these floating wooden docks that you're going to see off our right hand side.
Oh,
these are where the sport fishing fleet comes to get their bait fish. So these docks are actually trapdoors on top with nets that hang down underneath them. And then inside of those nets, you have small bait fish, sardines, anchovies, things like that. But those bait fish are the perfect snacks for California sea lions. So if you look off the right hand side of the boat, you will see some California sea lions over there right now.
Yep, there's a lot. There's plenty of them.
Doing what they do best, just sleeping. Now, if you look at them from here, you'll notice the ones on the far left side, there's a small group of them that are really dark and shiny colored, whereas the other ones are like a tan and dull color. Now, there's actually a scientific reason between those two colored types of sea lions. Anyone want to take a guess as to why they're different colors? Well, those darker, shiny ones are wet.
Pero makakita sea lion, mami. In real life.
Yeah, those sea lions are much bigger than you might think. From here they look nice and small, but they're large and smelly. Males will be about 1,000
in
pounds.
The zoo, I saw some in the zoo. In Florida, what do you call that? Sea World.
They're born only about 15 pounds.
But not actually in the ocean.
They are the tastiest. Now you're going to see these floating fences in the water. This is what the Navy calls an asset protection barrier, or in plain English, they've got some cool stuff in there that they don't want people getting into. In this case, it's a submarine base. Doesn't look like there are any at the piers today, but keep a lookout for them. Obviously, 2/3 of them do sit under the water, making it a little hard to see. Now, in possible miss, you're going to see this large opening. There's a ton of water out there. Believe it or not, that is the Pacific Ocean. It is a real thing, and it's right there. This is the only entrance and exit to the San Diego harbor. And out there you'll see some cruise ships hanging out, like I said. Believe it or not, it costs about $10,000 a day to sit at the pier. Now look off into the distance, you're going to see those big hillsides down there. Everybody wave and say, hola, because that is Tijuana, Mexico. Tijuana, Mexico is only about 11 miles from this point. Friendly neighbors to the south. If you go down to the south end of the harbor, you get as close to about 7 miles away.
Yung palabundukin na yun, kuwan pala yan. Diego, California. North Island. Ayan, yung mga fighter jet. Yan sila.
So as we come around the corner, past the bushes, we get a nice little view to what's here down there. How to stand over there right now. On the front, you'll see some big aircraft. These are all super aircraft.
Hornet.
Air combat missions in order to maintain air superiority over contested battle space, and the attack as an air to the ground for the Marines. Those are CH-53 Super Sea Stallions. That's a heavy-lift helicopter operated by the United States Marine Corps. And you have the option of either loading up about a platoon worth of fully combat-loaded Marines into the belly of that beast, and taking him into harm's way, or use it like a static frame, and then the capability of underslinging
go to war. Just in case magkakagera na sa Ukraine at sa Russia. Lock and loaded na mga yan, yung aircraft na mga yan.
Also, it's half helicopter, half airplane. So that's exactly what it is. That is a B-22 Osprey manufactured by the Bell Company. That is a B-2 aircraft. B-2 stands for vertical takeoff and landing. So when they go to start that thing up, they will rotate the colors so they're facing upwards like a helicopter. They'll take off straight up and down just like one. But once it gets to the correct altitude and speed, those propellers will go ahead and face forward to the position that they're in now, giving that aircraft the ability to fly just like an airplane. And I'll tell you from personal experience, taking off from one of those things is the most fun, yet terrifying roller coaster ride you'll ever be on. Station. These are actually H-60 Seahawk helicopters, so same airframe as that infamous Army Black Hawk helicopter. It's the biggest difference between Army Black Hawk.
Yun ang Black Hawk, yung naka-high power turn ngayon. Pero H-60 yun ang tinatawag na Sikorsky helicopter. Ang H-660.
Anti-submarine warfare. So if you ever see one of these guys flying overhead, look up. You might notice a large satellite dish on the belly of it, or a torpedo-shaped object hanging off the side. That is their anti-submarine variant. Those are instruments that they use to detect electromagnetic anomalies beneath the surface of the water, which would tell you that there's a submarine there. So they take that information, they can either drop depth charges from the helicopter, or they can pass word on to the rest of the fleet on its location. The ones you're looking at right now, though, these are specifically for carrying troops and cargo. Real special treat for you guys. If you look at this really mossy bridge, one end of that bridge is up on the land, the other end of the bridge is down into the water. Believe it or not, that right there is the bridge to the subject city of Atlantis. That's right, it's right here beneath us. are not fortunate enough to call sunny San Diego home, I'm sure you've looked up a picture of the skyline, or maybe you've seen a postcard of it. 99% of those pictures are actually taken from this exact angle right here. So if you want your own little Kodak moment with the San Diego skyline in the back, feel free to come on up to the bow or the front of the boat, get your own little picture. Skyline, you might be thinking to yourself, none of those buildings look like they're over 499 feet and 11 inches tall. And so what I would say, that is a very oddly specific number you came up with, but you are right. The City of San Diego and the FFA actually came together, created a building ordinance restricting buildings from being over 500 feet tall. And that's just in part because of those airplanes that you see in the sky to the left of it. But keep that 500-foot figure in mind, because as we come into the aircraft carrier turning basin, you'll get a view of CVN-70. That is the Uss Carl Dixon. It was actually in the news somewhere recently. There was a small mishap on the flight deck involving F-35.
Yan, nakadak ang Uss Carl Dixon. CVN-70. 70.
92 feet long. So as you look up at that skyline, if you want to
Panggira yan.
500 feet tall, you told that ship that it's done doing those things. It's now going to be a rocket. He's stood it up like the space shuttle next to any one of those buildings.
Pero riniridi yan. Riniridi yan. Pinaprepare yan in case magkagira.
About 92 feet, more to be exact.
Sa Russia at sa Ukraine.
Mentally stacked two of the highest skyscrapers you see over there on top of each other.
Yung aircraft carrier na yan, 100% lock and loaded yan. Sa oras na ito.
Very tall as well. From the water line going up to the tip of its masts is approximately 242 feet. And that is why that ship stays up here on this side of the Coronado Bay Bridge. If you look out and see, you're going to notice the rest of the fleet is on the south side of the bridge, whereas the aircraft carriers are up here. Because the Coronado Bay Bridge only has 200 feet of vertical clearance beneath it. So even if you waited for low tide and you try to take that thing under there, you'd be giving it a very, very expensive haircut. But the Navy is wise enough not to, so they created special berthings for the aircraft carriers up here.
One more time. Iyan ang CVN-70. Uss Carl Dixon.
Now we have one more aircraft carrier here on our tour. If you look up ahead of the boat and to the right, call that our starboard bow. That over there is the Uss Midway. That is not an active aircraft carrier. It's actually retired. It's a museum ship. And that is actually the longest serving aircraft carrier in U.S. Navy history. I'm sure that record will be beat eventually, though, given that aircraft carriers are a relatively new type of ship in the Navy in its long history. So that ship was actually laid down in 1945 and missed into World War II by 2 weeks. However, it went on to serve illustrious tours of Korea, Vietnam, and its final tour was as the flagship for U.S. forces
Di nga dumala nun eh.
the Middle East during the First
Di nga
World War.
dumala nun.
In 1997,
Agpark tayo eh.
three businessmen went ahead and put in a bid for it to make it a museum ship, and well, obviously they won because it's there now as a museum. In fact, that ship is actually consistently ranked as one of the top museums in the country, regardless of theme or category of the museum. Now, if you remember back to when we got on the boat, our boat actually ties up to the other side of the pier from the Midway. So with that being said, you can tell we're coming back in now. If you guys have a snack bar tab open, go ahead and close that out. Now is a good time for that. Let's use the restroom again. Go ahead and feel free to do so while you're still on the boat. And hey, I really hope you guys enjoyed the weather out here. Had a little bit of fun. I know I always do. And if you guys did enjoy it, think you learned something or just smiled a little bit, well, our bosses are gracious enough to allow us to accept tips and gratuities now. And if you wish to take part in this ancient maritime tradition, well, you can go ahead and leave a tip or gratuity with either Captain Eric or myself, First Officer Ryan. We'll be at the bottom of the boat seeing you off. That being said, thanks for coming out, guys. Remember, look both ways before you cross the street and don't run with scissors.
Ah, di tayo? Hindi?
But you can see the corona.
One.
You know what? Because sometimes we realize that when we don't know what we want. Oh, she said, okay. I don't know why you want to know. It was nice talking to you, girl.
Oh, we trying to ask me a question? No? Okay.
On voit l'arrivée comme ça.
Kita bangiran mangan daje lo ganta limited parking daje mga ito da Okay guys, padaong na tayo. It's a nice store. I like it. Do you like it, Mommy?
Yes, I like it. Shout out sa mga nagsusubaybay sa amin. Shout out sa lahat. God bless.
Kay Bongbong, gusto naman mga ibalyo.
Shout out Bongbong. Bongbong. Bongbong Dugo.
Okay, that's the end of the tour. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Bye bye.